Oh, hi. So just delivered my second one. So the first one was the big RT lift. As you saw, a very cool machine. It's pretty fast, you know, brr, loud, runs on diesel. And then when I came back, I loaded an electric pallet jack, also a fun little toy, you know, and also loaded a scissor lift. So I just delivered the pallet jack. The guys call the guy. There's just voicemail. Usually I don't bother with voicemail because nobody listens to it, but occasionally they do, which happened this time. So I left him a voice message saying that I'm coming. I know that it's the address was for a shopping center, and I said I need to know which store, you know, where do you want me to drop it, because I'm pretty sure it was some kind of a store or unit number or something. And the guy just sends me a picture. They're building some big department store like Winners or something, you know. I've been here before. And so he meets me there. I see I told him 10 a.m. and I see the guy is already waiting for me. Waves to me. You see, that's always good to let people, you know, to communicate, so they expect you. So this guy is waiting for me because he knows it's the company that's delivering, where he rented it, right? And he says, "Hi, how are you doing?" He says, "I changed my mind. I don't want it on the ground. I want it on the dock. Could you please unload it, the dock?" And so I back to the dock, and the plate did not work. You know that plate, the lip on the plate is supposed to go up and then drop on your bed. Nothing works. I tried myself. No, it's dead. Like, there's no power. But I was able, you know, like, this is the dock, right? But because my bed goes like this, I was able to put the support down and then raise the bed and tilt it and like put my bed on top of the dock, you know, instead of it's supposed to be the other way around. And this guy rented this lift. He says he has a couple of trucks coming in 2 hours with loads. And I said, well, you probably should get this fixed, because if it's a regular truck, you know, like a tractor trailer, and trailer backs to this door, they won't be able to unload because there'll be a gap like this. So you won't be able to run the pallet jack back and forth. So you need either one of those aluminum, you know, plates, like a plate with another thing in the middle there that goes in the hole, or you need to find power, because the buttons are there. The buttons on the wall, but they don't work. So anyway, so now it's time. I'm doing the scissor lift. Oh, and then the last cool thing is I have to go to a repair shop and near Cross Iron Mills and pick up a forklift that actually I dropped off a couple of weeks ago for repairs, maybe even like 3 weeks. There was something wrong with it, and so they gave me this little note. But for now I just have to put in the, what is this here, drywall. So it's a drywall company, and they, oh, I see at least these guys, there's an address, but then it says bay, gives me a bay number. So I'm using my own phone because my screen is so much bigger. 36th Street Northeast. 36th Street Northeast, yeah, okay. Indian cuisine is in the same parking lot, but that's not probably, but basically, yeah, there's a hotel there, a Radisson Hotel, but it shows me the building. Okay, so we are
head northwest.
16 kilometers away. So now I'm just gonna call them and tell them my ETA 10:45, so that they can expect me. And I'm sitting right next to this curious, it's like dry lake or something. There's people walking around. I see they're walking their dogs, and this is the dock is behind me. This is this big shopping center in northwest Calgary. Well, traffic is murder today. Wednesday morning, I'm doing my first run with electrical, kind of like a mini forklift. They call them stacker. And there's red lights ever since I left our yard. So it's been like this stop and go for the past probably 20 minutes. I was supposed to arrive at my destination at 8. Now it says 8:18, so it keeps increasing. At first it was just volume near the airport, and then when I came here, you guys see it says traffic plus 7 minutes, and I'm guessing there's a crash. Yeah, actually it said crash, and I'm coming on to Glenmore Trail exit, and that's where all these, like, every day something happens over there, because they have 3 lanes, right, on this Deerfoot Highway 2 South, and this lane where I'm at in exits at Glenmore Trail. And so people don't want to wait in this huge line to exit, and so they're flying here, and then they try at the last moment to jump in, and so these guys start going, and then somebody jumps in, they have to hit the brakes, and somebody in the back doesn't pay attention on, you know, maybe he's talking to his cute passenger or something, right? I remember that was my first experience that taught me how to keep the distance from the vehicle in the front. The most important and pretty basic thing, but it can mean a difference between a good day and a bad day, right? I remember I had this Moskvich in Russia, right? So this was 98, I think, yeah, maybe 98, 99, so I'm 20, how old was I? 35. So I'm 35, and I bought this Moskvich, you know, like a Russian cheap car, 72 horsepower, 4-cylinder engine, 4-speed manual transmission. Those were the days, you know. And everybody in Moscow, every car is a potential taxi. You would just see people, you know, standing on the side of the road, especially.
Ahead on Deerfoot Trail southeast at 600 meters.
Especially
You're still on the fastest route.
Especially near like bus stops, you know, and subway stops. There'll be people just standing, like a line of people standing on the shoulder and doing like this, you know. No, they don't use this. They were just kind of like flagging down, or just have their hand out, you know, like this. But normally I think it's like this, you know. And you know, it's a huge city, right? And so if somebody wants to make a couple of bucks, you just pull over and you pick up somebody, you know, where you going. But I just went out and I was just doing kind of like Uber, except it's, you know, all the money is mine, you know, gypsy taxi, right? And I have 2 girls. I picked up 2 cute girls, and we're chatting, you know, they're young, they're pretty, and I'm talking to them, and the traffic is moving. I keep a good distance, you know, but I looked at them, like I looked at her like that, like one girl was here, the other one was in the back, and I just held my head a bit too long, you know, away from the traffic, and then I turned my head and all the lights are red. So basically there was a Volga M21 in front of me, and that's like solid steel car, you know. And I started braking, and my brakes, for some reason, I remember I even took the car to a mechanic, you know, before this. I said, something is with brakes, like they feel a bit spongy, you know. The guy checked, he says everything is cool. Okay, but the car didn't want to stop, you know. And so I hit the brakes, and I hit the bumper of that Volga. Nothing to the Volga, maybe like one tiny little scratch. The front of my Moskvich was like destroyed, you know. Cops arrived, and the cop says, you want $2,000 for this car? He says, I'll give you $2,000. I said, you're kidding. I just got this for like, I think it was 3,500 US, brand new. And the cop wanted to buy my car, you know. And so I don't remember how I fixed it, but I think insurance fixed it. yeah, they just sent me to, you know, I called, I took it to a shop and they fixed it. It was like new in a couple of weeks. Basically, it looked very bad, but it was just the front grille, nothing like really major. So yeah, they fixed it. It was not written off, but I mean, that was my first experience when I was still like a rookie driver, you know. And that's how most accidents happen, right? Like, people get distracted, the traffic stops. Oh, and another very dangerous thing also happened to me. You know, when you turn, let's say you're at an intersection, right, and you're turning right, and you're waiting for and there's traffic here, right, on this other road, there's traffic, but in front of me, there's another vehicle. So I'm waiting for that guy to turn right, and then it's my turn, right? And for some reason, when you're behind somebody, you still check on your left. You still check the traffic, you know, like, I don't know why, but that's kind of like what it feels right to do. But what's the point of checking the traffic if this guy is still there, right? You cannot pass him because there's like one lane, right? And what happens is that, actually, it happened to me back in the day in Ontario. I was in a tow truck and there was a vehicle in the front, this situation, and she's turning and she stopped and she's waiting for the traffic, and then the traffic, there was a gap and she starts moving, and I'm moving with her, and then I turn my head like this and she hits the brakes, but my head is this way, so my eyes are somewhere, and then from the corner of my eye I could see that something is wrong, you know, like the lights are red. But that's what happens basically when you move your vehicle with your head turned to the other direction and the guy in front of you stops. You hit the brake. I hit the brakes, but it was a bit too late, so I slightly touched her bumper. So those were the learning days, you know, for me. Like, that was a long time ago. After that, I had a very good record. Except when I had that, when my trailer decided to walk out on me. Remember, I did a boo-boo in New Jersey after I was empty, and the shims got stuck in the trailer, in the booster. It was my first trip, like 2+2. I was so excited, you know, RGN with a 2-axle booster. And I know you're not supposed to have shims when you're empty, right? Because that puts pressure on the rear axles, and then it's dangerous. But no matter what I did, I spent 2 hours. I couldn't get them out. You know, like, either the ground was. I moved the rig a few times. I applied brakes. I was running back and forth. You know, when you're by yourself, and no matter what I did, I couldn't get those freaking shims out. And then finally, the place where I unloaded, they kicked me out. They said, we're closing at 4. It's 3:30 now. Basically, you have to go. And as soon as I leave that facility, there's an intersection, and I'm turning right, and the traffic on the main road is turning left on the road from which I'm coming, and my trailer, the rear of my trailer moved kind of like a crab-like, you know, went sideways, right? Because of the shims. And I had no idea. This was like my first time with 2+2. I had no idea it would do that, and the rear axle hit a tow truck that was turning. So my insurance company was not happy. So anyway, not sure why I decided to talk about bad behavior on the road, but oh yeah, because this is okay, now we have traffic, 2 minutes. All right, so I'm getting close to my exit. Actually, it said that one lane was blocked. I don't see any blocked lanes, so oh, that's Calgary in the morning for you. Oh yeah, something over there. I see it far away. There's police lights, like blue and red. That's police, but it's after the exit. And so now after I turn, I only have, see, like 4.3 kilometers, and it's 800 meters. So basically I only have 3 kilometers to go after I take this exit. Yeah, see, this is typical. See, look at this guy. There's a lineup behind me, probably like 2 kilometers. But this guy is good because we are still 700 meters away from the exit. The real bad guys are those that try to jump in like 50 meters away, and that's what causes all these accidents here. Glenmore Trail, exit 248. And I was joking when I came to Alberta. I was joking with my friend. I said, there's no roads, there's no highways in Calgary. It's only trails. Because every second road has the trail in it. I don't know why they are so obsessed with these trails, but Deerfoot Trail, Stony Trail, Glenmore Trail, you know. So they did close the lane. That's what causes that. So there's a crash here on the main road, and out of 2 lanes, 1 is closed. Holy moly. Now we are cooking with gas. Hello, Glenmore Trail. It only took me like, I don't know, an hour to get here. Today it's very hot to work. Normally my first trip, so the shift starts at 6:45, and usually the first trip ends, I'm back in the yard around 9, and then I do another one and I'm usually back at 11. So basically it's usually 2 trips before lunch break. But today that crazy traffic killed all my productivity. And so from the first trip with 3 stops, 1 delivery and 2 pickups, I only came back to the yard at 11:15. And also I took a break. I took 15 minutes, so half of my allowed 30-minute break. So I had some chicken salad sandwich, because the second pickup, the first pickup actually, like stop number 2, I was picking up a scissor lift at Rona, you know, Rona, kind of like Home Depot, right? And right next door was, this time it was a real Canadian superstore, you know, not the fake one I usually go to, but the real Canadian superstore. And I went in there and found a deli section, and they had these delish chicken salad sandwiches on multi-grain, $5. So I got that, I got Pisca Cola, and I got 2 hot-boiled eggs. They have them in a thing like that. So it's like $1.35 or something. 11 grams of protein, you know, beautiful. I'm just, I started counting protein before I just used to count calories only, but I watched the interesting video of like older lady who said on YouTube, who said she tried all kinds of, you know, diets, like, you know, high protein, low carbs, high carbs, you know, low fat or whatever, low protein, high carbs. And she said she found that the two things that matter most are the calories. You gotta, you know, restrict your calories. Like I'm on roughly 1600 calories a day only, and I'm slowly, you know, bringing my weight down to I want to reach like 170 pounds. That's would be ideal. And so calories. But number two, she said you must count protein, because especially, you know, in older age you need protein, surprisingly. And she said you should look for 1 gram of protein per 1 kilo of your desired weight in kilograms. Yeah, and so if my desired weight is 77 kilograms or 170 pounds, I need 1 gram per 1 kilo, so 77 grams of protein. And when you just count calories, I was not getting that. So for example, now I had that salad sandwich, chicken salad sandwich. I think I got like 35 grams, and then eggs are 11. So you see, I'll have to figure out something for the dinner with enough protein. And so yeah, my trip number 2, I'm doing a swap. Basically, a guy wanted to get a 32-foot scissor lift, you know, the one that goes up 32 feet, but we only had one, and it was on rent, so he couldn't get that one. So he got a much bigger one, which is 40, I think 40 foot, like the first number is 40 in the model name, so it goes up to 40 feet, and it's really the biggest one we have. And so now we have the 32 footer back, and we're doing a swap. So I just called the guy, let him know I'm coming. I'm gonna drop off the 32, I loaded it's on my bed, and I'm gonna pick up the 40 footer and bring it back to a yard. And they're probably charging him the lower rate. They're not charging him the full rate for the 40 footer, because it's not the guy's fault that we didn't have the proper one that he wanted. Well, this is our biggest 40 foot, can go up to 40 feet. Genie, nice machine. So now so this is the one I picked up. So the smaller one I already dropped off, so now I'm gonna secure this one, take it back to the shop. Very foggy, still -4 Celsius. I'm on Ring Road 201 heading south for my third trip. I'm delivering a 0-turn baby scissor lift, and then a 19-footer scissor lift, and picking up 2 that go back to the yard. All right, so the stacker or that small forklift is loaded. Okay, is my PTO off? Yeah, PTO off, because if it's not off you can damage the truck. And if it's on, then there's like a switch in there. If it's on, it starts making noise, you know, when you, because your RPM increases, your RPMs increase, and PTO becomes working faster, and then you hear that, you know, kind of like hydraulics working. I don't know what's going on with me. Like, my nose is running in the second part of the day. Like yesterday started happening all of a sudden, like I don't have a cold, I feel okay, but yesterday I was doing taxi, all of a sudden my nose is running, and I forgot my tissues in the Jeep because I was driving the Durango. But yeah, that one yeah, just burns gas. I don't know what, I guess it's because it's all-wheel drive, so it pulls great. Like, the engine is amazing. Actually, the engine feels, holy moly, the engine feels all right, so which way? Come on, Apple Maps, cannot make up its mind. So which way, right or left? I guess we're going back towards Glenmore Trail. Okay, Glenmore Trail is that way, to the right. Sorry, buddy. So yeah, at least now I have tissues in the truck. Some previous driver probably left them here. But yeah, I think it's because, you know, Calgary, like, one thing I don't like about this city, the only thing is that the weather changes so much in one day, you know. So last week we were at -18, even -20, and now all of a sudden we're at, like, the last couple of days we were at +5, +6, you know. And that's how you can get a cold, and you get I'm pretty sure, you know, running nose, maybe just an allergy, I don't know. I ate 2 cookies. Somebody brought free cookies. You know, sometimes in our lunchroom you walk in and there's some treats. So if it's something on the table in the middle of the room, that means that it's a treat. It's for everybody. So sometimes you find a pizza, most often you find cookies, you know, like, and today there's a bunch of cookies. And one of our guys is eating there next to those cookies, and I said, "Are these yours?" And I was joking, of course, because there was like three boxes of cookies, you know. And he says, "What, you think it's my lunch?" I said, "Well, just, you know, I wanted to double check." And by the way, in this area, I was here before I did a Christmas party. You know, I was a photographer for, I think it was this one, World of Spas. So the guy threw a party, Christmas party, for his customers. Basically, it was kind of like a promotion. It was either this one, and the next is Barbecue Land. No, I think it was this one. He was also, he had lots of actually, yeah, no, it's not spas. He was selling lots of, you know, pool tables, like super expensive pool tables. But this year they didn't call me back. Maybe they did not like my pictures, which would be a shame. But I'm doing, I mentioned this, right? On 13th of December, next Friday, I'm doing a nice photo shoot. So it's gonna be 120 people, a 3-hour Christmas party that the owner of this machine shop is throwing for his customers, guests. And I'm gonna be using my new camera, ZF, and my new lens, 50mm 1.2. So now I have 3 lenses, all primes, no zooms. 35 1.8, 50 1.2, and 85 1.8. And I got 2 cameras, and I got the harness to carry 2 cameras at the same time, so I'm gonna be looking really professional. And so Nikon Z6 II, and Nikon ZF, and I got a flash now for the first time. I have a flash, because yeah, all these events I've been shooting, they are in some dark rooms, you know. And of course there's also here the guy says there'll be a band, you know, like some live music, and so of course they're gonna dim the lights, right? So, and I said, hey, can I bring a flash? Can I use a flash for photos? And he says yes. So I'm gonna keep it simple in a fully automatic mode, which is called TTL. A peace officer is passing.
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
I hate these guys, you know,
In
peace
1.3
officers.
kilometers, take the exit to merge onto Highway 2.
So basically it's like a sheriff that was not approved to be a policeman, you know. They're nasty. Like that one time when I got a ticket for a illegal U-turn, I went to court hoping the guy would not show up. He shows up for $165 ticket. Who does that? You know? Hate them. I'd rather deal with police than peace officers. They are so petty, you know? The other day, my friend's son got a ticket for speeding 13 clicks over. And I told him, I said, hey, your son is now a criminal. 13 kilometers over the speed limit. Holy moly.